Alright, I got this new smoke detector. The older versions had those 9-volt batteries all the time. The new one has a lithium battery. And the lithium is supposed to last 10 years. So you don't need to change the batteries every time this whole thing, like maybe once a year or whatever. So this is good for 10. Yeah, let me show you how this works. This is the detector. And in the box it comes with this mounting plate. And on the mounting plate are those knobs on there. And they actually turn this thing on when you install it, when you mount it to there. But there is a safety in here, like this little label, like a plastic piece, that has to be removed before you mount it. And then when you mount it, it turns on the on switch on its own. So this thing can lay around for a long time, but when you install it, it turns itself on. Right? So let me show how to get this thing out of the box. That is a tricky part too sometimes. See, it's like all packed up very nicely. And the way to open this here is very easy. See where it says first alert? That's where you pull on it. There's a manual on there. You can read about this, how to install, what to do, what not to do, how to clean it once a week. And then there is screws in there to screw it to a wall. So when you have that open, then you pull on here. Wrap that cardboard open. On this side here, it's coming out already. There's the detector. And there's the mounting plate. And don't make the mistake and just twist it on here. That will turn it on immediately. So you have to mount the plate first on the wall. And then, before you do that, you have to remove this plastic here. That plastic what's blocking the on switch, that has to come off. Zoom in a little bit, you can see it. That piece has to be removed before you install it. Very important. Otherwise this thing won't work. Well, let's get the tape off. And then we pull that sucker out. I mean, it's nice that it comes in a double pack here. Yeah, this can save lives. And then this goes to your recycling or whatever you do with it. Alright, so I have an old one here. I remove the old ground plate. There it goes, it was on there 10 years, so it was overdue. The new ground plate. Just twist it on those old screws and then tighten the screws. 1 and 2. There we go. And then, oh, that's good. And then if you twist it on, it turns on. Till it clicks, there it is. And then you push the button to see if it works. Well, that was not bad. Good job. So now let's talk a little about the weekly testing. So every week you have to test it with this test button I just did. Push and hold it, and then alarm sounds. Right? If it doesn't alarm, then try it again. If it still doesn't do it, you have to replace this thing, right? And because this thing has a lifetime battery, when it chirps, like every once in a while, a little chirp, that means it's a low battery warning, then you have to replace this whole thing. You can't replace the battery, so you have to replace the whole piece.